sandals.
And we just slowly go up and we pick at eye level.
Incredible.
And we don't have to bend over.
Isn't that amazing? So now listen to the story. So this is where we were. This is where we ate. It was this woman. I don't know if you can see this while you're driving. That, but this is
Okay.
a little restaurant. Okay.
Yeah, well,
That's-
you pointed out that you're going
Okay.
to go there.
Yeah. So I don't know how it happened, but we
דוד, תראה
started.
איזה יופי משמאל.
We
Yeah.
started to talk about after the vineyard. She started to say, yes, she said, my husband and I own this. She said her husband was quite a bit older than she was, but we don't know exactly what that is, except at the end of the story, we tried to figure it out. So they owned racehorses.
Oh my God.
And they were on there. They decided where this horse was doing so well, there was a big major race. Should we go? They went to Normandy, so they drove.
Yeah, their trainer called them and said he really thinks the horse is going to win the race because he's training so well.
You need to come. So she said 91 years old. We pack up the RV. We tow, right? Is it? We tow the car and off we go. The horse wins by a landslide. It was a beautiful journey. They're on their way back. He said, let's stop along the Rhine. We'll take out our chairs. They sat down. They looked at the Rhine. They looked at their surroundings, talked about how beautiful it was. She couldn't understand, why we're doing this. But he says, now I'm happy. She says, well, what are you doing? Well, the horse did really well. The restaurant's doing well. We had such a great trip. This is very good. So they did this turnaround trip. They only stayed over one night, and then they drove all the way back to their restaurant. So they're back at the restaurant. They're settling in again. They go up. She says it's time. He says it's time for bed. She goes, when my husband says it's time to sleep, we have to sleep. That's it. So she says fine. So they're asleep in the middle of the night. He shakes her. He turns to her, and he smiles, and he said, "This is very good. It's been very good." He
Rolls
dies.
his eyes back,
Rolls
and he
his
was
eyes,
dead.
and he dies.
That's what she told us.
91 years old. Thank you for this wonderful time. And so she says, oh my God. So now she's like all alone.
That
She
was
said,
8
I
years
went
ago.
to school for 3 months, met him, got married, and that's all I've known is just him. She says, I thought my life was over. She goes, if somebody said I want to jump into that grave, I would have jumped into the grave. I mean, it was like heartbreaking. So she didn't know what to do. She closed up her restaurant and went to Thailand.
Well, it was the end of the season.
It was the end of the season,
I guess they
guess.
close in the winter or something.
Yeah.
She went to Thailand by herself. Didn't really have like a major plan. Wound up sleeping out in the street one night because she couldn't find a hotel anywhere. Learned how to scuba dive because there was a big sign, would you like to learn how to, I mean, all these kind of things. She says, the only way to get out of my darkness or the black hole, that's how she described it, was
Yeah.
to go away and do this.
To travel.
Now, this is not a young woman.
Uh-huh.
So she went ahead and she did that, came back and opened the restaurant, started to serve her customers, and in walked this man. They spent time together and got remarried. They've been married 8 years, she said? How many years?
No, I think
12?
I thought she said she was alone.
Oh.
6 years.
6 years, right. So she's married
So
2
she's
years.
been married 2 years to this new guy.
Okay, you have to translate that to Dom.
Yeah. לא, אז הגברת הזאת גם היה סיפור שחוץ מזה, המסעדה הייתה מצליחה, והיה להם גם סוס מרוצים, ומישהו אמר להם, מומחה אמר להם שהסוסת מרוצים מאוד טובה, ושייסעו לנורמנדי, בצרפת.
אני לא מבין מה זה שייך למסעדה.
לא, כי זה בעלת הבית מספרת.
בשביל מה היא מספרת? היא הביאה אוכל?
Why?
Why is he asking?
No, he's asking what is that going to do with the restaurant? Was the good food good?
They had to close the restaurant because the racehorse was. They had to go to the race. They have a
הם
racehorse.
סגרו את המסעדה לאיזו תקופה והלכו לצרפת, בעלה היה בן 90, הסוס ניצח בחורף כאן סגור, כן? תראה את הרכבת דוד, תראה עם חזרו, הסוס הצליח, חזרו הביתה, בעלה אמר לה איזה יופי, הכל מצליח, הכל טוב, הסוס מצליח, המסעדה מצליחה, תודה רבה, והוא נפטר. והיא לא ידעה מה לעשות, רצתה לקבור את עצמה, נסעה לתאילנד, למדה להיות צללה, וזהו, התאוששה, חזרה לפה, פתחה את המסעדה, נכנס מישהו, הם התאהבו, היא בעצמה היום בת 70 ומשהו, כן? שנתיים היא נשואה למישהו שהיא פגשה בכוחות שלה. זה, סיפרו להם סיפור יפה.
קיבלו אוכל.
How was the food?
Oh, it was good.
It was good.
Let's talk about the important stuff. No, the food was good.
No, it was good. It was a small little meal. It was
But
just enough. It was
I
good.
said to Jeff, I said, we must have those faces because every time we go, so when people tell us their story, you know,
Yeah.
their life story, and we sit here like the soup we were eating, it was like soup, salad, and an entree. It was a very good
The
deal.
soup was a vegetable soup. With, I thought it was like barley. My mother used to make the exact same soup. It tasted exactly like my mother's soup.
So
Like a vegetable soup with what I thought was
with
barley.
barley. So we said the soup was very good, and Jeff said, well, my mother is German. My mother used to make this kind of soup. She said, oh, did you know what those little white things in it? So Jeff said, you know, barley. She said, no. She goes, I'll show you. So she comes back with this little dish, and she hides it. She said, what do you think it is? And I thought it was like a spagel. Did I? Like a,
Yeah, that's barley.
like a spaghos, like a pasta. Is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
She
yeah.
said, no. Know what it was? Oats, like oatmeal. They put that in it. And so we were talking, and that's how we got into the story about the racehorse. She said, I fed my horses oats. It's good for their
Yeah, she said if
bodies
oats are
and-
good for
horses.
racehorses and they win races, then
They
I
gotta be good
I
for-
think it would be good for humans to eat too.
So, I mean, so she tells us this, I mean, we really could have talked to her for hours.
And then another couple, really as we were leaving almost, a couple walks in, sits down next to us. They're speaking English. They're from Norway.
SUV.
They bought a big SUV for America, and they drove from
They drove
Norway
here from
here.
Norway.
Which I can't even imagine how you. Isn't there an ocean somewhere on the beach?
How beautiful is the light on
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh my gosh. And then that's something else she described, because Jeff said, "Gee, I don't understand. You know how." The water with the plants so high up in the erosion. She said, you know, the vines are the roots are very acidic, and they grow through the rocks. They make holes through the rocks so they anchor in. The soil is only about 10 to 20 centimeters.
Yeah.
So it gets the nutrients from that. They're anchored in down below the rocks. They must wrap around it so nothing's falling out up there. And that's how they survive up there.
Yeah, amazing.
Such
So
a
you
great
did like
story.
the place.
Yeah, it was a really cute place.
Well,
So
it
these-
was an interesting experience.
Oh
I
my
mean, I
gosh.
think of the whole experience, the food was the least.
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Just
the
like
food
eating.
was whatever. You
But
know.
the Norway people said to go. I've never been to Norway. Have you? You must have. You probably.
I've been a
traveled to
few
Norway.
times, and
Yeah.
I just got an email that I'm taking a group in August to Norway. Yeah.
Where did I say?
Northern Norway, Birndown
Birndown or something?
Bergen?
Bergen, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
exactly it. Bergen.
Oh my God, Bergen is a beautiful,
That's
beautiful.
what
That's what
they
they were
said.
saying.
They said you must go there.
They said when you go in the summer, it's light.
Bergen.
It
Beautiful.
doesn't get dark in the summer.
We should
Beautiful.
just go on Odette's tours.
It's so beautiful. Bergen is really a magnificent.
Yeah, they said if you go to Norway, you got to go to Bergen.
And then they have fresh fish and seafood markets in like all the summer berries and
תגיד להם שאני מאשר.
Eli said that Bergen also, yeah, he approves.
Oh, he's been
Yeah,
there.
he's been
Oh,
2 years ago.
goodness. much, and it